everybody, this is Waldorf,
And this is Statler.
and we're continuing our beta version
Rulebook review.
rulebook review, version 2.0, in case there's ever another one or whatever.
Yes.
We're moving on to part 14 of the rulebook.
Yes. Now that they've put in these Roman numerals, we have unanimously decided we're doing away with our own numbers. We're going to use theirs.
Correct. So if you see that number 13 was skipped, it's not because it was bad luck.
Exactly.
It was just we decided to go to their
Because
numbers.
the Ninth Age folks hate us and they beat us into submission by printing it in the rulebook.
Blonde Beer threatened us
The,
to conform.
the,
So there we have it. So we're on attacks. Actually, I've heard nothing from Blonde Beer.
yeah, we've heard nothing from anyone. We're just
No one talks
we
to
just
us.
we just see that there's numbers in the rulebook now, so we're going to adapt them. Then we don't have to remember things, which is a good thing.
All sources of damage are defined as attacks,
Yes.
which is how it's been for a while.
Yeah.
And melee attacks are what happens in close combat.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not in close combat, it's a ranged attack.
Correct. So if it's bow fire or war machine fire, magic attacks,
Dangerous terrain
running
check,
through a woods, it's a ranged attack.
it is a ranged attack.
This is something also I see people don't pick up on. But
They don't. Even a magic attack.
Yes.
If you get hit by a magic missile, that's a ranged
Yep.
attack.
Yep.
It's not a melee attack.
They need to rename it other attacks. Melee attacks.
It would make sense.
And other attacks, so people understand it's all other attacks.
Correct.
Yeah.
It would be a little bit better.
Yeah.
Because range kind of just anyway.
Right. And they've gotten rid of
In certain situations is weird. Like even the attack from a mad git
Yes.
is a ranged attack.
Yes.
Which I found out to my chagrin when I had that bubble ward save versus ranged attacks.
So
anyway.
yes, the attack sequence is unchanged. You distribute hits. Yeah, you
Yep.
roll the wound. Then you do your armor save. Then you do your special save. Then
Remove
you do
your health
remove
point.
your health points, and then, if appropriate, you roll for panic.
Correct. And
Which
that's
only applies to non-melee attacks,
correct.
unless it's panic because somebody ran away.
So distributing hits works just like it did before. 5 rank and file cover a character if he's the same troop type. That's not even spelled out in this instance here, but I just thought I'd throw that
I think
in
that's
there.
later in the character
It
section,
is.
isn't it? Yeah.
But anyway,
This is just telling you just
correct.
say who got the hits in case you have maybe multiple units in combat or a mixed unit. Then you roll the wound. Roll the wound is no different than it was before. The
Except you're using strength and resilience,
yes,
not toughness.
yes, you compare your strength, which is same as the old strength, versus their resilience, which is the old toughness.
I guess there was a change. I guess if you could be attack strength 0 before, I wasn't aware you could be, but apparently that was a thing. Because it's crossed off. That's the only reason I know it.
Yeah, it's maybe there's a spell that could knock you down.
All right, armor saves.
This is not different than the last version, but it's something no one pays attention to.
In the end, it's not.
And actually, how it works out is the same as it's always been. They've just gone in a different direction to
Correct.
make determination.
You need a 7 to make your armor save. So you take your armor, you roll a die, add your armor to it. If it's a 7, you make your save.
7 or greater.
Right.
Not if it's only a 7.
That's
Sorry,
true.
it's an 8.
It's
You
an 8.
failed.
Sorry,
You have
did
too much armor, you
too
die.
much armor. Anyway, if the armor save is passed, the wound is disregarded.
Right.
So
This is something, I mean, if you've been playing a long time, it doesn't necessarily make a lot of sense, but it, because you're used to it another way. But this is the principle you have to kind of get in your head. Now, it's not always so clear because they use it in different ways in different places. The armor book still has the old armor factors, at least the ones that we've seen. Maybe that'll change
maybe that'll change as
in
well.
what they're publishing in the next few days. And you see some magic items deal with it differently, but this is the basic principle.
Yep.
7 passes and everything else is a modifier.
Special saves are defined
Special.
as your regen and Aegis save. Other than that, natural 1 is always a failure, no matter what.
Yes, because they're special.
They're special. For each unsaved wound, you lose a health point. This was okay, this whole wound thing and health points. There was a lot of confusion on the old ways because the character had wounds and you took a wound. There was just
Right.
you took a wound and then you tried to save your wound. Now
Yes.
you take the wound, and if you basically lose, go all the way down through, you take a health point.
Yeah.
But whatever. Written different, and you can see all this is all different because of the word health point.
Health point has been
All through here.
all been changed.
For new people, I think this will make it a little clearer between the difference between wounds and health points.
Yeah, possibly.
Is what I'm hoping. Moving rank and file. You're moved from the rear rank by the owner.
Yes.
Hopefully.
Stop touching me.
Exactly.
Stop touching my fingers.
Stop touching my rear rank.
Exactly. Stop touching my rear rank.
Hopefully no one is picking up your models and pulling them off your bases
Yes.
for you.
Or touching your rear rank.
Or, yes. Units engaged in combat, just removing the ranks is pretty much the same.
Yes.
If you're single rank, you move from both sides, unless you need to keep the number of bases and maximized. Sorry.
Right.
It brings us to panic tests.
Yeah. Kind of a strange place for it, but it's the same as it was before. If you basically get shot up, or somebody flees within 6 inches of you, somebody flees through you.
Except it's going to be a little different because of this paragraph here. The unit suffers in a single phase casualties equal to or greater than 25 of the number of health points, not models.
That's true.
Health points.
Right. So if you have characters attached, so say you have a unit of 12 archers, they all have a health point each, so the unit has 12.
And a 3 wound mage.
And you've got a 3 wound mage. Now you have 15 health points. So if you lose, 3 models, you've not lost 25%.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd have to lose 4 models because it's the full health points.
Yes. Anyway, just a little bit of that's the difference there. Is it's based on health points now, not models.
And that can be interesting for, I'm assuming it's just anytime you have like a mixed unit with like a platform or like the Caymans mixed units or things of that nature.
I think the big one is going to be small units with characters is where it's going to show
That's
up.
Going to be the
more
most
than
common.
anything.
But where you have these things that actually embed themselves in units, you have to keep an eye on it. It's going to matter.
Correct. And that's going to do it for whatever this was. What we were doing.
I don't remember. Health point attacks or
Yeah,
health points. We're doing health points.
It wasn't health points.
What's a health point?
It wasn't health points.
It was attacks.
It was not health points. It was attacks. See?
I am not an animal. I have health points.
All right. That's going to do it for the. Thanks for listening.
Till next time.